if it was any character you can choose to write for in any company, which one would you choose?
I think I'd really love to write a Donald Duck comic just because of the whole family dynamic. There's all this lore of all the different ducks, the nephews, and Daisy Duck and Scrooge McDuck. I think would want to write the Donald Duck comic just so I could write Scrooge McDuck. But it's like almost like a multi generational family with you can tell any kind of story you wanted. That and I just like ducks.
You a huge DuckTales fan?
I love DuckTales. Yeah, and I think it's just like one of the best sort of unexplored comic book universes out there.
So what's your relationship with the character Superman?
Superman was the first superhero I was ever aware of. Like when I was 4 years old, my mom got me a Superman hairbrush out of the Avon catalog. Like a lot of kids, like that was the first. You got all your early hygiene devices out of the Avon catalog because your mom bought them for you. And I remember even then, even at the age of 4, like looking at the Superman hairbrush and thinking, how big do you got to be to get your own hairbrush? I mean, how famous is that? So that he was always kind of like my standard for like this is a hero. This is like somebody we should be looking forward up to. That this is somebody who is like the gold standard for human behavior. And I think that is real superpower. It's not flight. It's not super strength. It's not X-ray vision. It's how do you have all this power and still be a decent human being? And I feel like Superman's kind of the ultimate thought experiment. How we choose to be good even when we don't have to be.
I totally agree. Superman being my favorite hero of all time, and his hope, his humanity, it definitely keeps me moving. So, who's your go-to artist?
Well, for me, I will never turn down a chance to work with Mike Allred. He was an artist with me on Superman. He did a Batman title, and he just brings so much creativity, like a completely different level of creativity to whatever he does. And I would, if you let me have two, also take Steve Pugh. I worked with him on the Flintstones and Billionaire Island, and he, if I'm writing something that's funny, he'll make it like 20% funnier just with his drawings.
So, which one of your works do you feel like you want to come back to?
I think I would like to come back to Snagglepuss, which I did for Hanna-Barbera. I would like to do a sequel about Huckleberry Hound. Do a Huckleberry Hound comic like takes place in that Snagglepuss universe.
So, you're a fan of Masters of the Universe?
Yeah, no, I like Masters of the Universe. At the time I was a little too old. I didn't really play with the toys, but I like the fiction that's come up around it. The '87 movie I thought was great, and looking forward to the new one. And I know a lot of people have written comics for it since. And some really good stories. I like fantasy universes in general.
Same. So, what's next for you?
I'm working on a war comic called Dog Tag about the last year in World War II. I also have a Kickstarter for a comic about a cult about that rises around these visions people have about an alien world. It's called The Forgotten Divine. It's on Kickstarter now, so if you just go to Kickstarter and look up The Forgotten Divine, you can sign up for like updates, and it'll send you an email when it goes live. And there's all kinds of cool extras and stuff. So please check it out.
Definitely. Can you give out your socials, everywhere they can find you?
Yeah, my handle is Manruss, Manruss, and I'm on Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, and Threads.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you. 10 years of 901 Comics. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
All right.